my name's Grace. Welcome to another video. Today is the first episode in a series that I'm calling Read Aloud. Read aloud. This isn't your typical first grade read aloud. No, it's a little bit more uncomfortable than that because I like to make people feel awkward. So we are going to be reading aloud my favorite sex scenes. That just makes me like feel awkward myself. How awkward are you feeling? It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna get to know each other a little bit. I have my phone out. I have my Kindle app. I am gonna be giving you some juicy stuff today. And I promised myself that I'd be like a super good narrator, like almost as if I was an Audible narrator, like I was paid to do this as my job. Our first scene that we're gonna be reading aloud today is from A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This book is a new adult book, so it's obviously a little bit more steamier than a young adult book, and I read this I think last year, 2 years ago, can't remember. Are you guys ready for this scene? How could you not be? I pulled back far enough to see his eyes. "You're mine," I breathed. His body shuddered with want. Oh, not want, what? Might have been a sob, but his lips found my own. It was gentle, soft. The kiss he might have given me if we'd been granted time and peace to meet across our two separate worlds. Tears? Is someone cutting onions? I slid my arms around his shoulders, opening my mouth to him, and his tongue slipped in, caressing my own. He hardened against me, and I groaned into his mouth. The sound snapped whatever leash he'd had on himself, and Rysan scooped me up in a smooth movement before laying me flat on the table. He deepened the kiss, and I wrapped my legs around his back, hooking him closer. He tore his lips from my mouth to my neck, where he dragged his teeth and tongue down my skin as his hand slid under my sweater and went up to cup my breasts, the breasticles. I arched into the touch and lifted my arms as he peeled away my sweater in one easy motion. I can't imagine how awkward this would be for an actual audiobook narrator to narrate a scene like this. Thank God that is never going to be my profession. Rice pulled back to survey me, my body naked from the waist up. All I could think of was his mouth as it lowered to my breast and sucked. His tongue licking against my nipple. Why did I choose to do this today? Okay. I snarled at him. Rawr. A silent order, and he laughed again, his mouth finding my other breast. Cause you only got two! He ground his hips against me, teasing me so horribly that I had to touch him, had to just feel more of him. How are you not cringing at this? I remember reading this and I never thought it was terrible or anything, but now that I read it aloud, it just escalates the cringiness of it. Sex scenes are not necessarily like my favorite scenes to read. I kind of just skip over them because they make me uncomfortable. This is a private, intimate, romantic moment that should be shared between two people that I just happen to be reading about and barging in on. And this just kind of proves why. Revealing that beautiful tattooed body, the powerful muscles and wings now peeking above them. His mouth crashed into mine, his bare skin so warm against my own. How can you write something like this? I can't imagine myself writing something like this. His hands found my waist, and I bucked my hips off the table to help him remove my socks, my leggings. Rice pulled back again, and I let out a bark of protest that choked off into a gasp as he gripped my thighs and yanked me to the edge of the table. No one would ever like do it on a table, right? Hooked my legs over his shoulder to rest on either side of those beautiful wings and knelt before me. The first lick of Rysan's tongue set me on fire. Oh my god. He growled his approval at my moan, my taste, and unleashed himself on me entirely. Like, this is the weirdest video I've ever done in my entire life. A hand hitting my hips to the table, he worked me in great sweeping strokes. Kids, this is not appropriate. He licked and kissed his way to the apex of my thighs, just as his fingers replaced where his mouth had been, pumping inside me as he sucked his teeth, scraping ever so slightly. This is too much. Next. That wasn't even the entire scene from A Court of Mist and Fury, and that was just too steamy. I just wanted to bring attention to the fact that a lot of people enjoy these scenes when they read them, but if you read them aloud in front of other people or to the internet, I think it changes the circumstances a little bit. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. I really don't want to put this on the internet, but at the same time, hell yeah, I want to put it on the internet, so I'm probably gonna put it on the internet. Holy crap, I feel really uncomfortable, and we've only read one scene so far. Wow. Alright, so the next sex scene that we have from is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. We could consider Ugly Love as new adult fiction or adult fiction. However, I love her books. I never really thought about why I love her books so much. They're very graphic. They have lots of, you know, sexual intercourse, and it's like, why do I love these so much? And I think it's because of the relationships that she establishes with her characters. I do skim over a lot of the sex scenes that happen in her books. It was very hard for me to find one in this book because I didn't remember where they all were, even though a decent amount of the book is about, you know, the sexual relationship between two characters and how it develops into more of that. I was like, what the heck, Grace? How could you not find a scene? Well, because I didn't really pay attention to it that much. I found one. It's nice and interesting. And if you want to follow along with me, it's on page 208. He pauses and looks me hard in the eyes. I can't give you more than this, he whispers as a warning. I just can't. I hate him for saying that, but respect it just the same. I respond by pulling him closer until our lips meet. Not a kiss like that, I bet. Oh my god, there's lipstick on my page now. I'm such an idiot. Okay. We open our mouths at the exact same time and completely devour each other. We're frantic, pulling at each other, moaning, digging into each other's skin. I unbutton his jeans and he unfastens my bra. And before we're even in my bedroom, honey, you aren't even in his bedroom yet. Why? Why? My shirt is off. Well, that's what happens when you do something like this with a man like this. Okay. Our mouths never separate as he shuts my door, then yanks off my bra. He pushes me onto the bed and pulls off my jeans, then stands and removes his own. We're racing our consciences, our pride, our respect, the truth. That's like way too deep of a line, Colleen Hoover, for a scene like this. He's trying to get inside me. As soon as he's back on the bed, he's over me, against me, and then inside me. His mouth finds mine again, but that's all it does. He doesn't kiss me. Our lips touch and our breath collides and our eyes, but there isn't a kiss. What our mouths are doing is so much more than that. With every thrust inside me, his lips slide over mine and his eyes grow hungrier and he never once kisses me. Okay, can I just say, oh god, I almost fell. With reading these books, you are never going to have to like ever have sex because it's just so graphic, and that's why like I skipped over it. I skimmed the scenes. I just read over them. You gotta know when they end so that we can read the rest of the books. The next book I have to read you a scene from, and it also happens to be my last book, is Defending Taylor by Miranda Keneally. This book is most definitely a young adult book. Like, it's marketed towards teenagers. It has a pretty graphic scene in here, I would say, and I'm gonna read it aloud to you, obviously. That's what I'm here to do today. Enjoy. Why are these scenes being put into these books? What substance is it actually adding to the book? So we're here in a conversation. I just hope you know that whatever happens between us or outside of our relationship, we can work it out, okay? I love you, I blurt out, not caring whether it's too soon to say it and whether he'll say it back, it doesn't matter. I love you so much. I'm speaking into his chest so I can't see his reaction, but his arms around me grow tense. I hold my breath. By the way, this is on page 254 if you want to read along with me. His hands weave through my hair. I love you too, tease. I relax against his chest and gaze up at him. Thank you for forgiving me. Always. A mischievous smirk takes over his face. Now are we gonna make up or what? That sounds like now are we gonna make out or what? Does it not? I playfully shove his chest. Get your mind out of the gutter. His fingertips slide up and down my spine, spreading shivers over my skin. This is like getting old. Every author describes sensations the same way, I feel like ugh. His lips are wanting as they devour mine in a kiss. He cradles my neck in his hand and presses his body into mine, leaving no space between us. He edges me toward his bedroom. He lifts me into his arms, pinning me to the wall, kissing me. He smiles against my lips. Lowering my feet to the floor, he guides me to the bed. Eyes blazing, he yanks his t-shirt over his head, not my head, his head, and joins me. He straddles my waist, burying his face in my neck. His warm skin feels smooth against mine. He lifts my sweater off. Do you have protection? I whisper. And he nods, reaching into the drawer of his nightstand to get a condom. So he has girls over all the time, then he needs to like keep a stash. You're sure? please. He hesitates, looking away for a moment. Then his green eyes rejoin mine. I'm not your first, right? No, I whisper. I should have been. Make it up to me now, bossy. This is so funny. This is supposed to be a romantic moment. I'm just laughing here because it's so cringe too much. He grins and wraps my legs around his waist, and we finish what we started years ago. So I guess you can compare to the new adult and the young adult that there's a different level of graphicness that's included in these scenes. However, they're still included. The scenes are still there. I guess my question is, why are they here? What do you think? Do you think they're stupid? Do you think these scenes are necessary? Do you think these scenes are just filler, or people actually want to read something like this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching this episode of Read Aloud. Be sure to enter the giveaway that I listed on my channel last week. It'll be linked down below for you to enter. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to do more, please subscribe to my channel. My name's Grace. I'll see you in another video. Bye! Hey there! Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out the videos over here. They're cool videos. One's from my main channel, one's from my vlog channel. You should check them out. Have a nice day. Subscribe. Do productive things. I promise you it'll be worth it. Okay.